x raised to 10 is common here and 1 plus m square. This is m raised to 2 into x raised to 10. So, x raised to 10 is taken common. Now, this will be cancelled. So, we will get m upon 1 plus m square. Again it is a constant. So, this limit is this constant itself, m upon 1 plus m square. So, what we have proved? Again for this kind of exponential path y is equal to m into x raised to 5, the limit is depending on this particular path. So, for different values of m you will get different limits, therefore, this limit does not exist. So, again we write a conclusion, okay, this shows limit depends on the given path and therefore, it does not exist. Let us see the next problem on the screen. I will take the last one, you can try as the fourth, or what was that? Yes, fourth problem as a homework, x into y cube upon x square plus y raised to 6. Let us consider the last one, it is very interesting and little bit difficult also, x cube plus y cube upon x minus 5, limit x y tends to 0 0, x cube plus y cube upon x minus y. Okay. Now, it is a special problem. So, I will directly consider the path and then explain why I have chosen this path. Here the path should be taken as x minus mx cube, x minus mx cube. Let us see what happens. If I write this path, then as y tends to 0, we have x also tends to 0, and therefore, this limit, the given limit, this limit is equal to limit x tends to 0, x cube plus x minus mx cube whole cube upon x minus mx cube. Wherever y is there, I am writing x minus mx cube. Now, let us simplify this. So, this gives us this thing x cube plus, what is the simplification of this? A minus b whole cube, or you can simply write this way, taking x common from these two terms, you will get 1 minus say mx square whole cube. Is this right? If I take x common from these two terms, what you will get is x into 1 minus mx square, and then x raised to 3 is there. So, we can take x raised to 3 outside upon, if you expand this, x will be cancelled and you will get m into x cube. So, without using that a minus b whole cube formula, I can do this. Now, this is equal to limit x tends to 0, you can see x cube will be cancelled from numerator and denominator by taking x cube common. So, finally, you will get 1 plus 1 minus mx square whole cube upon m. Okay. So, this is the expression. Now, we can find the limit of this expression. As x tends to 0, this term tends to 0. So, limit of this thing will be 1 minus 0 whole cube upon m, which turns out to be what? 2 upon m. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 upon m. Again, for this particular path, we are getting the limit 2 upon m. So, for different values of m, because m belongs to R, for different values of m, you will get different value of this limit. Therefore, again we say that this limit also depends on this particular path, hence it does not exist. So, this problem is also solved. Now, how this idea has come, okay, this path should be taken is from this expression. What I have done is x minus y is equal to mx cube. I have thought of this thing x minus y, the denominator is replaced by this thing. So, I can do something with x cube and taking x cube common. So, that idea came and I thought of this path. Okay. So, this way you can solve the problems based on that limit is depending on the path chosen. But remember, the most important thing, you cannot use this technique to find the value of the limit, you can use only to prove that limit does not exist, only to prove limit does not exist. Now, same way let us go to the next step and see another method of discussing limit does not exist, and that is the concept of repeated limit. As you can see on your screen, I am just reading the definition of the repeated limit. Okay, the limit of the form limit x tends to a, y tends to b f of x comma y, or limit y tends to b, x tends to a, f of x comma y. These two limits, this kind of limits are called repeated limits or iterated limits. See, here x tends to a and y tends to b are given. So, in the curly bracket whenever we take limit y tends to b, so x is remaining fixed, that is x is remaining constant, something like partial derivative of what you have done in FIBSc. So, that x is constant and we take the limit as y tends to b, whatever answer comes that will be in terms of x and whose limit we take as x tends to a. So, that is the concept of the first limit, first repeated limit, and the other thing is limit y tends to b, x tends to a. So, when we take first curly bracket limit x tends to a, then y is remaining constant, y is remaining fixed, and then whatever answer comes will be in terms of y, and we find the limit as y tends to b. And based on this repeated limit we have some result which you can see on your screen. If the double limit x y tends to a b f x y exist, then both the repeated limits exist and they are equal, means you can see on the screen the limit x tends to a, y tends to b f x y, limit y tends to b, x tends to f of x y, both are equal to L. So, remember there are two statements, one is double limit x y tends to a b f of x comma y exist which is equal to L. In this case both the repeated limits exist and they are equal to L. Again the converse of this thing is not true, which I have written in the second remark. Converse means if the two repeated limits exist and are equal, then one cannot say the double limit will exist, but we can take the contrapositive statement of the first result and it gives, if the repeated limits exist, that is our third remark, if the repeated limits exist and they are not equal, then we can definitely say okay, the double limit does not exist. Okay. So, this is the concept which I am going to use now to solve some problems, okay, how to prove limit does not exist. See the question, prove that the following limit does not exist. Let us consider the first limit. Again this concept is also used only to prove limit does not exist, not to find the limit. Okay. So, here I will find the two repeated limits. So, limit x tends to 0 and limit y tends to 0 of f of x comma y. This is a and this is b, limit x tends to a, y tends to b. So, limit x tends to 0, limit y tends to 0, f of x y is x minus y upon x plus y. Now, for this limit when we are taking this, we are simplifying the curly bracket first, and here I am taking y tends to 0, that means x is remaining constant. Assume that it is some number, something like 3 minus y upon 3 plus y. In that case you will get x minus 0 upon x plus 0, putting the limit of y only, x is fixed. So, what you will get is this thing, limit x tends to 0, x upon x, but we can cancel x from numerator and denominator because it is not 0. So, we are getting 1. Okay. So, the limit of this is again 1, as x tends to 0, limit of a constant is constant. So, we are getting one repeated limit equals to 1. Remember first y limit and then x limit is taken here. Now, I am changing the order and finding the reverse limit, limit y tends to 0 and then limit x tends to 0 of f of x comma y. This is equal to limit y tends to 0, limit x tends to 0, x minus y upon x plus y, which is equal to limit y tends to 0, and here by putting x equal to 0 you will get 0 minus y upon 0 plus y. So, this limit turns out to be minus 1, y upon y cancels and you will get minus 1. So, the final answer is minus 1. So, this is one repeated limit, this is another repeated limit, here we are getting the answer 1 and here minus 1. So, what is the conclusion? Here both the repeated limits exist, but they are not equal. So, by that third remark what we have just seen, okay, the limit does not exist, therefore, this double limit does not exist. So, this is another concept, second method of proving that if the two repeated limits exist, they are not equal, then this double limit does not exist. Okay. Now, let us solve another example. You can see on the screen how to prove that double limit does not exist using the concept of repeated limit. X square plus 2y square upon x square plus 2y square upon 3x square minus y square, 3x square minus y square. Let us find this first double limit. limit x tends to 0, limit y tends to 0, x square plus 2y square upon 3x square minus y square. This is equal to limit x tends to 0. By putting y equal to 0, you will get x square upon 3x square plus 0 plus 0. So, final answer when cancelling x, you will get 1 upon 3. So, this first repeated limit is 1 upon 3. Let us find another repeated limit, the reverse, limit y tends to 0, limit x tends to 0 of the same function, x square plus 2y square upon 3x square minus y square. So, this is equal to limit y tends to 0. Now, putting x equal to 0 here, 0 plus 2y square upon 0 minus y square. So, when y square cancels, you will get limit y tends to 0 of minus 2. So, answer is minus 2 here. So, one repeated limit exists and it is 1 upon 3, another repeated limit exists and it is minus 2. Both exist, but they are not equal, therefore, this limit does not exist. Okay. So, this is second example, and now let us consider the third interesting problem, which also explains about that why that converse is not true. Okay. Here I have taken one special example which shows that the repeated limits or iterated limits exist, they are equal, but still double limit does not exist. So, I told you, okay, you cannot use the concept of repeated limit to prove that limit exists and it is equal to something. See on the screen that the function given here is f of x comma y is equal to x square y square upon x square y square plus x minus y whole raised to 4. If x y is not equal to 0 0, if x y is not equal to 0 0, and it is 0 if otherwise, means if x y is equal to 0 0. Let us consider this problem, and I want to find the limit at 0 0. My question is, okay, this double limit means this thing, limit x y tends to 0 0. I will prove that this double limit does not exist, does not exist. This is the main thing. For proving this, it is very simple. Let us take the path y equal to mx. I am taking the path y is equal to mx here. Then, as you know, if I substitute y equal to mx as y tends to 0, we have x tends to 0. So, the limit of f x y as x y tends to 0 0, now you can convert using this substitution as limit x tends to 0. What I am going to do is, in this function f of x comma y, which is this formula, I will put y equal to mx. So, it will be x square mx whole square upon x square mx square plus x minus mx whole raised to 4. So, what you will get is limit x tends to 0 m square into x raised to 4, because mx whole square means m square x square, and that will give you x raised to 4 here, and here m square x raised to 4 plus, again taking x common, you will get x raised to 4 into bracket 1 minus m whole raised to 4. You see this properly. So, I have taken x common, 1 minus m raised to 4. So, x raised to 4 into 1 minus m raised to 4. Again x raised to 4 is common from this, and it is also here. So, I can cancel x raised to 4 from numerator and denominator. What is left is limit x tends to 0 m square upon m square plus 1 minus m raised to 4. So, this limit is equal to m square upon m square plus 1 minus m raised to 4, because limit of a constant is constant. Okay. So, this limit also depends upon the given path, hence it does not exist. So, what I have used is, first taken this path to show that this double limit x y tends to 0 0 of f of x comma y does not exist. Now, I will find the repeated limits of this function at the point 0 0. You will see that both the repeated limits exist and are equal, but still just now we have proved that this double limit does not exist. Let us find the two repeated limits, limit x tends to 0, limit y tends to 0. of f of x comma y. This is equal to limit x tends to 0, limit y tends to 0, x square y square plus x minus y raised to 4. So, what you will get is limit x tends to 0 by putting y equal to 0, 0 upon 0 plus x minus 0 raised to 4. So, this limit is 0 because x is not 0. So, you will get 0 upon x raised to 4 actually, and x is not 0, this limit is 0. Similarly, if you find the other repeated limit, means this thing limit y tends to 0, limit x tends to 0 of f of x comma y, then also you will get the same answer 0. So, both of these repeated limits exist, they are equal, but what we have seen just now, okay, this limit double limit does not exist at 0 0. Okay. So, remember, if two repeated limits exist and they are equal, one cannot conclude okay, the double limit will also exist. So, the concept of repeated limit cannot be used to find the value of the limit, the value of the double limit. Okay. So, with this we have seen that two methods of proving that the double limit of a function at a given point does not exist. The first method was limit depends upon the given path, in which we find some path by observation of the formula and show that the given limit is depending on the path. And the second method we have seen is if the two repeated limits exist and not equal, then limit does not exist. Okay. Now, next we are going to start the topic of continuity. You can see on the screen definition of continuity is written. You also are familiar with the concept of continuity of function of one variable. Now, we are extending this definition for function of two variables. Let z is equal to f of x comma y be a real valued function defined on E subset of R 2, which contains some neighborhood of the point a comma b belongs to R 2. Okay. Next, if f of a comma b exists, means the value of the function is well defined, it is not infinity. If limit x comma y tends to a b, f of x comma y also exists. Second condition is the double limit exists, and third thing is if both are equal, the double limit and the value of the function at a point, if both are equal, then function is said to be continuous at the point a b. So, our definition of continuity is